Hey, it's David. Welcome or welcome back to Cross Fitness, helping men and women get in the best spiritual shape of their lives, one workout at a time. Quick thought in this video that I'm calling My Answer is Yes. Now, what's the question? And wouldn't it be great if that were our attitude and perspective towards the Lord? All right. If the Lord says jump, we should never ask how high because we should already be up in the air. Are you with me? And so 3 thoughts I'd like to share with you on this. My answer is yes. Now, what's the question? And it has to do with the key word of obedience. Obedience. I'm telling you, obedience is such a powerful word in the Bible. It's a power principle. It's a key. Just obedience brings the miraculous, okay? The Bible says if you're willing and obedient, you'll eat the best of the land. And, Jesus said, whoever has my commands and obeys them, he is the one who loves me. He who loves me will be loved by my Father, and I too will love him. We will come and make our home with him. I believe that's John 14:21. And so this notion of obedience, 3 thoughts on, my answer is yes. Now, what's the question? First of all, is instant obedience. When it comes to the Lord, we ought to instantly obey him. Don't procrastinate, kick the can down the road. Well, I'll get to it when I get to it. Let me finish this ball game. We did stop and drop and do if God tells us to do something. Now, we can discern God's voice. Jesus said, my sheep know my voice, and a stranger they will not follow, okay? You've been at this Christianity thing long enough that you know the voice of God. Listen, if it's win, it's probably the Lord. If it's win-lose, it's probably our flesh. Somebody's going to lose out of the deal. So that's our idea. If it's lose-lose, well, that's the devil, okay? He's the forever loser, and he wants to take others with him, okay? So that's a good way to discern, whether it's the voice of God or not. So instant obedience is what I'm arguing for here. The second thing is complete obedience. And that is to say that, we don't need to give God our half-hearted, halfway efforts. If he tells us to do something, let's just do it all the way. Let's do it instantly, and let's do it all the way and complete the job. And whatever that takes, as long as it takes, let's do it. And who knows, the Lord may start us off with little tests on that obedience, like, mow the lawn. I don't know. Well, if you tell your teenager, mow the lawn, and he or she mows the front lawn but doesn't mow the backyard, have they been obedient? The answer is no. You see, delayed obedience, disobedience, and partial obedience is disobedience, fundamentally so. And then the third thing, I think, is joyful obedience. Joyful obedience. And that is to say that, look, we don't have to tithe, we get to tithe. We don't have to give offerings, we get to give offerings. We don't have to serve people, we get to serve people. We don't have to go to work, we get to go to work or work out or fill in the blank. Okay? And so that's just a thought, joyful obedience. Let's just change our perspective and reframe our attitude that we get to do a lot of things that a lot of people can't do or won't do. So my answer is yes. Now, what's the question? Regarding the Lord and obedience, instant obedience, complete obedience, and joyful obedience. Just some thoughts for you to think about as you take into your day. I hope that encourages you a little bit. For now, I'm David, your virtual mentor, reminding you that I'm always for you. I'm never against you. God bless you so much. Have a great day.